who would like to see games and other things made for more than just a white male teen audience.
But in Japan, gaming is alive and well, thanks in part to a company called Nintendo.
And that's how it's been for a few decades. Leftists have been lying and attacking video games for years now. As an example, here is one article making the claim that males and white people are still too many developers in the game industry. But is this true though? Well, the part about males may be true, but this is because women play more mobile games than console games. I think enough people have already made this point, so I'm not going to get into it right now. But what I would like to talk about is the claim that white people are the only group well represented in gaming development, and why this claim confuses me very much. Just as an example, do you know what every video game console to have won the console wars has in common after the Atari 2600? All of them are from Japan. These leftists will still claim that white people are the only group well represented in video games development, even though every video game console that has been successful since the mid-80s, with the exception of the Xbox systems, have been made by Asians. Even though they claim this was from a global perspective, the study where they got the numbers from admitted that 40% of the people in the study were in the US and the majority in North America. This will probably lead to numbers that are not quite accurate to the global perspective of an industry where out of the 5 countries to make the most money from video games, 3 of them are almost entirely populated by Asians. So I don't know how anyone that knows anything about video games can claim only whites are well represented in gaming development, or make such claims when esports or professional gaming, which is now watched by millions of people, became big in South Korea before it did in a lot of Western countries, and might not be as huge if it had not become followed over there like a professional sport. What I think is happening is leftists are critiquing an industry for its lack of diversity without realizing how diverse it really is. I'm not saying it's perfect, but the way they're doing it is all wrong. They're attacking games like Witcher for being all white, even though The Witcher is based on Polish mythology. And they will understandably have a problem with live-action anime films for having white actors instead of Asians. They have a problem with things from Asia and probably any other part of the world casting people who are not Asian to play roles for Asians. But then they will complain about a film or a game which is based on a European mythology, which is from a country that is almost entirely populated by Europeans, for not having any non-Europeans in it. I know games are not perfect, but I think there is plenty of diversity in video games. And another thing to keep in mind when talking about video games is that a lot of video game characters are not even human.